Good morning and welcome to follow along video for the second lesson specifically designed for even number mornings. Let's get right to it and share our screen. Welcome to my desktop. That's an image of Tang Tong Gyalpo, the fellow who wrote the practice text, the primary practice text that I teach. He wrote All-Pervading Benefit of Beings. Let's begin with the triplet chant. In the Supreme Buddha, Dharma and Assembly, I take refuge in attaining enlightenment through the merit of practicing generosity, and so on may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit beings. In the Supreme Buddha, Dharma and Assembly, I take refuge in attaining enlightenment through the merit of practicing generosity, and so on may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit beings. In the Supreme Buddha, Dharma and Assembly, I take refuge in attaining enlightenment through the merit of practicing generosity, and so on may I attain Buddhahood in order to benefit beings. There we go. And now we use the bookended chants. On the crown of my head and those of all other sentient beings pervading space. On a white lotus and moon from three of his noble and supreme chin raising. He is brilliant white and radiates the five lights. Handsome and smiling, he looks on with eyes of compassion. He has 4 hands, a first joint and Anjali, the lower to hold a crystal mala and a white lotus. Adorned with ornaments of hemp and jewels, he carries a deer across his shoulders. Amitabha crowns his head, his 2 feet are in the Vajra posture. His back rests against the stainless moon. He is the embodiment of all objects of refuge. And we come to our first of 2 sets of Buddha bowing. We shall use the triplet chant 3 times. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion, generous, we bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion, generous, we bow to you. Last time. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion, generous, we bow to you. Now let's do approximately 14 full body bows, Tibetan style. Open up your yoga mat if you possess one. We will only be counting approximately an eighth of a mala. Let's count our mala upon our right index finger to amp up our energy for our sitting practice. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. There are many sadhanas or practice texts. I know of none as effective as this for rapidly attaining full enlightenment. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. May all of us look upon beings with eyes of compassion as well. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. Look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. Look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. Look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon all beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. Look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. Lord white in color, unstained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Chinre Zigwe bow to you. All right. This is an even day, so let's do our vertical shin pulling with our right leg. I'm not even on the camera right now. How silly is that? Okay. And now, let's do subtly bent knees, upward facing plank thrusts. Okay, let's fold up a yoga mat. And grab our zafu. Zafu is a Japanese word for meditation cushion. Try to get Chinra-zig in the image. There you go. It's blurry, but it's there. Let's turn our attention now to mantra meditation, also known as tokal in this text. Let us access our cardinal fire by counting our ma upon our right index finger. Where sitting. That was an error. I should have actually said right little finger. So let's do that again. We're sitting. Okay. Now let us access our cardinal air by counting our mala with our right index finger. May raise from Chinra-zig overhead, transform each being's environment into Sukhavati. Please continue to count your mala upon your right index finger while simultaneously touching your left index finger to its thumb. 2 index fingers mean it's fixed air. How relax into the awareness of this place. Please count your mala with your left index finger while giving the digits of your right hand a rest. Left index finger means that we are now accessing mutable air. How sitting? Please count your mala upon your right little finger while simultaneously touching the tip of your left little finger to your thumb. 2 little fingers mean fixed fire. They raise from Chinra-zig overhead, transform each being's body into Chinra-zig. All right, please count your mala upon your right middle finger while giving the digits of your left hand a rest. Right middle finger means cardinal water. How relax into the awareness of this body. Please continue to count your mala upon your right middle finger while simultaneously touching your left little finger to its thumb. 2 middle fingers mean fixed water. House speaking. Please count your mala upon your left middle finger while giving the digits of your right hand a rest. Counting upon the left middle finger exclusively means it's mutable water. May raise from Chenrezig overhead. Transform each being's speech into the 6 syllables. Please count your mala upon your left little finger, and as such we'll be accessing mutable fire. How relax into the awareness of this speech. Please count your mala upon your right ring finger, and in so doing, you'll be accessing cardinal earth. What thinking? Please, oopsie, we're going to scroll down a bit. Please continue to count your mala upon your right ring finger while simultaneously touching your left ring finger to its thumb. 2 ring fingers mean that we are accessing fixed earth. I raise from Chenrezig overhead, transform each being's thoughts into mindfulness, insight, and compassion. Please count your mala upon your left ring finger, and while simultaneously giving the digits of your right hand a rest. Left ring finger by its lonesome means that we are now accessing mutable earth. Remember, there are 3 modes: cardinal, fixed, immutable, and 4 elements in this system, which are fire, earth, water, and air. How relax into the awareness of this mind. Excuse me. Having completed more than a mala, more than 112 repetitions of the 6-syllable mantra, we now turn our attention to the first third of this session's silent meditation. This, as I've mentioned previously, this video is for even-numbered mornings. And as such, we are now going to work with 3 cardinal elements, or 3 cardinal permutations of the elements. So we're going to begin by counting our mala on our right ring finger. This is the cardinal earth, It relates to the collection of archetypes that could be placed in the basket labeled Capricorn. This has a lot to do with paternal love, with positions of authority. For instance, where a Libra, one of the Libra archetypes could be an attorney. One of the corresponding Capricorn archetypes would be a judge. Clearly, a judge is more authority and consequential power than an attorney. So this is a great way, great mode. If we have gone through life and noticed that we've lost our power, or that people perhaps treat us as if we aren't even there, that could be indicative of a deficiency or an undermining of our elemental permutation of cardinal earth. That's why in this tradition, we work with all 12 permutations in an attempt to heal and restore our potential for greatness. On the in-breath, we silently and mentally recite noticing. On the out-breath, we silently and mentally recite relaxing. Because the word relaxing is bold, we will be advancing the mala upon the out-breath. Join me right now as we count about a half mala of our out-breaths. This is not a race. Take your time. You may notice your eyes are spontaneously drawn to the floor, to a place about 1 or 2 meters before you. Do not try staring holes through the floor. Just gaze gently. Of course, that lovely buzzing sound you may hear is the fellow with a chainsaw down the street pruning a tree. And we come to the second third of the silent meditation, wherein we shall count our mala on our right middle finger. Our middle finger is associated with the water element. Our right middle finger, by its lonesome, is cardinal water. Imagine there's a basket full of archetypes, and the label upon that basket was cancer, not the disease, but the reference to maternal love. It's very nurturing, sometimes very fierce, sometimes invisible, sometimes grandiose. On the in-breath, we will advance the mala while silently and mentally reciting noticing. And on the out-breath, we will silently and mentally recite relaxing. But more than just mere silent and mental recitation, we also intend these words to guide and direct our intention. So during the in-breath, we're actively intending, at very least, to passively notice. And on the out-breath, we are intending to relax to the best of our ability at that moment. Some moments we can relax more than other moments. Our job is not to condemn ourselves. Our job is to use this as a spiritual workout. Time to grow, not a time to reach perfection. For perfectionism is a mirage. We cannot reach it. And it distracts us from the job at hand. It's better to have a sloppy technique that is effective than perfect technique that isn't. Leave rooms for spontaneity. Leave room for what some people call, I think it was Einstein, happy accidents. Noticing, relaxing, advancing on the in-breath. Eyes are gazing straight ahead, gently. A third Bhumi Bodhisattva recently wrote a book entitled Not for Joy. And while I do not agree with everything he wrote, I will say this. Accessing all 12 of our elemental permutations could put us in touch with forgotten, painful memories, which in the short term could be extraordinarily uncomfortable if we exercise the courage to notice whatever comes up and relax, whether it is accurate or whether it is a confabulation, a blend of memory and fantasy. If we notice and relax, we will profit from it. We'll grow in wisdom and peace and love. And that is its own reward. It is deeply ironic that a technique so simple, yet so challenging, can be so utterly and profoundly transformative, but only if we stick with it and use it consistently, no less than twice daily, every single day. The greatest act of devotion that you can perform towards your teacher is not bowing or worshiping or scraping, but in enthusiastically applying his spiritual instructions. That completes our second third of the silent meditation practice. Please count your mala on your right index finger. The index finger is related to the air element. The right one, used by its lonesome, refers to cardinal air. Specifically, this refers to the Libra set of archetypes, which include the lover of beauty and propriety, as well as the lover of love. That's not a euphemism for sex, although sex can be a component of love, but it's a reference to romantic love, relationship love, as opposed to just random sexual encounters. We'll notice the absence of bold. We are dividing the movement of the mala between the in-breath and the out-breath. During the in-breath, we are going to extend the thumb to the next bead. During the out-breath, we're going to use the thumb to pull the next bead over the index finger. We're going to do this for this week for approximately half a mala. And the meditation is the same, although the results are different. Noticing, relaxing, and like a butterfly escaping its chrysalis, let us exercise the courage to shed contrivance and not foolishly reach for chaos, but relax into centered spontaneity. Noticing, relaxing. Our eyes may gently pull up towards the sky. May gaze gently and relax. No need to strain. If you feel strain, simply close your eyes momentarily and then continue. Be sure to download the PDF that I've sent you to your smartphone so you can take it with you. For when weather permits, if you could do this outside at dawn or at dusk, you're in for a treat. If you do not have a practice text, simply write me and I will be glad to send you the text itself as a PDF. Free. That concludes our final third of the silent meditation practice. Let's invest our positive energy in universal well-being. Let's use the triplet chant. The physical appearance of myself and others is the body of the Noble One. Sounds all the melody of the 6 syllables, also the expanse of great wisdom. By this merit may we quickly accomplish Avalokiteshvara and establish every being without exception in that state. Now it's time for the second bowing set of bows in this practice. So raise yourself off of your zafu. Open up your meditation cushion. I'm sorry, open up your yoga mats. Reach for your mala. Measure out an eighth, which is a half a quarter. And count upon your left index finger. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. Look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? Perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord, what in color unstained by faults? A perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Shenri Zigwe bow to you. Lord in color and stained by faults. Perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Jigme without you. More but in color and stained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Jigme without you. Final repetition, make it count. More but in color and stained by faults, a perfect Buddha adorning your head. You look upon beings with eyes of compassion. Jigme without you. Okay, I'm going to adjust the camera. This is an even morning, so we're going to work with our right shin. We're going to tuck our right ankle underneath our left knee. Well, yes. We're going to reach under and grab our shin with an under grip, snagging our left hand right up against, slugging our left hand up against our left thigh. We're going to pull closer to the ankle than we do the knee. And we're going to use as impeccable posture as we can. All right. It does wonders for your posture. We're now going to sit in a 90-degree angle, a subtle bend in our legs, place our hands, one hand span behind our tush, lift our tush off the ground, and do upward facing plank hip thrusts to train our biceps femoris, gluteus minimus, as well as our hamstrings and our tush, to better stabilize our lower back, because no one wants a faulty SI joint. No one wants to sit in pain while meditating. And if we're smart, we'll use our body in such a way that it serves us well upon enlightenment's path. Let us conclude with 2 quatrains of additional investing our positive energy in universal well-being. By the merit of meditating and reciting in this way, may we and all beings with whom we are connected, as soon as we have left behind this impure body, but miraculously born in Sukhavati, as soon as we are born, then may we traverse the 10 bhumis and benefit others in the 10 directions through our emanations. As always, my friends, if you have any questions, please write them out in detail in the comment area below on YouTube. I'll do my best to answer your question in a timely manner. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Bye now.